Welcome to Sober.Coffee, a weekly coffee chat sharing experience, strength, and hope for anyone on the sober road to recovery. You can download Sober.Coffee weekly on all podcast platforms and check us out on Instagram at Sober.Coffee Podcast and on Twitter at Sober.Coffee Pod. To learn more about us and to help support these sessions, visit online at Sober.Coffee. Here are your hosts, two guys on their own path to recovery, Mike and Glenn. Let's join them at the coffee shop.
All right. Hi, everybody. Glenn from Sober.Coffee. And man, I feel like a fish out of water. First of all, Mikey's not here. He's busy working. We're recording this in the middle of a work day. But it was just really that important to bring Linda and Alexis on to share what they have going on. Just a little backstory. You know, Mikey and I do Sober.Coffee. We really enjoy sharing our stories of experience, strength, and hope, and tips and tools and resources for folks that are on the sober path. Along the way here in 2022, we met Alexis. And man, does this girl have some energy. And she left us like, her voicemail was so long, it took two tries. But she left us an Instagram that was just really good energy for Mike and I at the point. You know, we're trudging along the path ourselves. You know, we're doing it for us. We're trying to help one person, and sometimes we do stuff and we don't know where it goes or what happens, and we're still trying to figure out the social media stuff and all that. So, but Alexis left us this voicemail that was just really heartwarming, and really fed us. You know, just really gave us some encouragement to keep going. So we had Alexis on, so she's one of our episodes, and she came on and told her story of experience, strength, and hope. Right, which was amazing, and kind of her struggle and how she found the path. And one of the things about Alexa's story, I'm not going to tell you a story, Alexa, but one of the things is like her dealer told her to go get help, go to AA. And I thought that was amazing. But so we connect with her, but she's doing amazing things, right? All in recovery, and one of the areas is something that I want to spotlight today because it's really relevant as we get into the holidays here in 2022. So I'm not going to steal any thunder. It's just great to have you back on, Alexis. And we also have Linda joining us. So Alexis, I'll bounce it to you and I'll let you take it from here.
Sure. Thanks for having me on again. I love being here. I think it's really important to give credit where credit's due, and what you're doing is a really great thing for the recovery community, and it's really helping a lot of people. So thank you for what you do. So recovery kids, I remember when I was in my second year of recovery, I have 4 kids that I swear to God are trying to kill me all the time. But my 4 kids, I have a lot of family that really helps out, right? And in 2013, we received a lot of gifts that my kids might not have really used. And so we decided that year to pick a treatment center, and we actually decided to pick a men's treatment center at Christmas to give those gifts to, so that the men can give it to their kids over the Christmas season, because a lot of these parents that are in treatment are only getting a minimal amount of money. If they're on welfare, they're getting about $80 a month to live on. If they are if they are self-pay or funded somewhere else, their family is now not receiving that income while they're in treatment. So I really want to help out men, because I found women really get helped out during the holiday season. Women very often are handed out, but men kind of get the short end of the stick. So I called a recovery house and I said, hey, do you guys need these toys? And they said, we do. And then I kind of felt bad because I was like, well, I'm only giving like 5 toys. So I said, well, let me see what I can do. I'm connected in women's groups, and let me see what I can do. Why don't you get me a wish list? So they did that. And within a week, I had that wish list filled. And that was in 2013. Wow. Yeah. So I kind of stumbled into this. I didn't really mean to do this. But what I saw was there was a gap in service. So there are Christmas bureaus. I don't know if you got that where you are, Glenn. But up here in Canada, we have these things called the Christmas Bureau, or like Salvation Army and stuff. And
we do have Salvation Army.
Yeah, and they give out hampers at Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what happens is you need to be living with your kid to be able to receive that hamper. And a lot of times when people are in recovery in a treatment center, number one, they're not living with them. And then in the first year of recovery, very often it takes some time to get your kids back in your care. But the kids are the ones that are living in the trauma of the addiction. The kids are the ones that don't understand why mom or dad aren't living with them during the holidays. And the number one reason why people leave treatment during the holidays is because they feel guilt of not being with their family. And we both know that the number one gift you can give your family is sobriety or recovery, but very often it's clouded by guilt and shame of just wanting to be with them. So we give these kids toys over the holiday season. We've done it every year since 2013. And we now offer 9 treatment centers, 350, 400 kids, and we get their wish list, and then we give it to the parents unwrapped, because there's nothing worse than getting a wrapped gift, not knowing what you're giving your kid. Give them some dignity, give them some ownership over that gift, have them wrap it and give it to their kid on Christmas or Hanukkah or during the holidays. So that's what we've been doing. And Linda's with me. Linda came on in 2015, and she had been helping with interventions on demand. They had been helping a program at the Union Gospel Mission called The Sanctuary. Now, I'm going to let Linda kind of talk about it, but we've partnered with them as well, and we've been helping them since 2015, and we help the women with the babies. Linda?
Okay, so thank you.
Hi, Linda.
For having us. Hi. I am so excited to be here and to talk to people about Recovery Kidz, because I don't know about you, like when I was in my addiction, you know, I'm 26 years sober now, but when I was in my addiction, I still remember Christmas Eve not even having gifts for my kids and going to the local gas station and doing whatever I could to get something to give my kids. And those feelings always resonated with me when I got sober and I got clean, and when I came into treatment, there was the place that I went and got clean at treatment, and it was all about, like this first Christmas clean and seeing what that was like. First and foremost, I, was trying to lose the obsession to use and not destroy because of the feelings I had of Christmas, of every other Christmas that I failed. And so it always motivated me to think about people at Christmas time and think about kids at Christmas time. And so the sanctuary, once I got a life, you get a life, you get grateful for the life you have, and we learn that we give it away. And so through interventions on demand, I was working with another woman who had a connection with this women's facility that was helping women with their newborn babies. And these babies were anywhere from 2 months to 6 months. And they didn't have diapers. They didn't have all the necessities even of life. So this was really important. It was really close to my heart. And I saw Alexis, which was really close to my heart ever since I've met Alexis. With 4 kids, I think she's one of the best moms I know. And I wanted to pick her brain about how we could do this together and really get out there and do this as Recovery Kidz. And it was really neat how we came up with the name for Recovery Kidz too. It just kind of, those moments when something feels right and it just all of a sudden comes and the name is there and it means something. Recovery Kidz has been like that ever since, right, Alexis?
I love it.
And so we go down at Christmas time and we get their list from the sanctuary of how many women they have, how many women are pregnant, how many women are in treatment just having their babies. And we want to make sure, that they receive something and that they have something for their little babies. And so now we've got all these treatment centers that, we're getting calls, right, Alexis? Like a lot of the recovery.
9 years later, the word is out.
the word is out, and it is. There's no better feeling. There's no better feeling about, knowing we don't have to be there the moment that child gets the gift. We just know that, to be a part of that kind of energy, to give these gifts freely from our heart, and knowing that our hearts are in the right place and that we want to help in any way that we can. And I love Recovery Kidz. I do a lot of things that mean something to me, but this is the one that is really dear to my heart. And because I love working with Alexis too. I mean, she's one of those examples with 4 little babies that, have grown and are growing up to be amazing little humans, and they're grateful kids. You know what I mean? Like, that when we practice this, when we practice our program of recovery, that will impact the work that we do, and then it'll impact the kids that we see. So I'm really honored to be here, and anything I can do to help.
That is great. Great, Linda. And Alexis, yeah, you have 4 kids. I love watching your story on Instagram. So let me just jump in here real quick. So part of my story and part of why I resonate with this, so closely, and I'll say it a couple times here. It's Recovery Kidz, KIDZ.com. So it's Kidz, Recovery Kidz. One of my multiple stints in recovery was during the holidays in 2010. So I know the emptiness, and I know my 2 daughters, I had nothing for them. I was nothing for them. So Linda, I like how you put it, Alexis, I like how you put it, where they're working on the best gift, right, that they can give their families is sobriety. So, I mean, this really just hits me at home. I get chills. I wish Mikey was here, because, I was one of these people. I was one of these folks that could have really used Recovery Kidz at that time. So want to make sure I do this the right way. I've been to the website. I've donated cash, right? But there's 2 different ways. So help me with this, because I'm doing this on the fly. But I understand there's a wish list up, and you can actually go to Amazon. If I go to Amazon, does that buy it right? Help me.
Okay.
I need help.
I mean, technology. Right? So Amazon is a really great platform. With what we do is we take the wish list from the kids, and then we go on the Amazon site, which is linked on our website, which is Recovery Kidz with a Z. We're Canadian, ZZ. RecoveryKidz.com. Somebody else had the S, so we went with the Z. But you go onto the website, and there's at the very top, it says Amazon wish list. When you go there, you can go shopping for the kids. These are all things that those kids have asked for. And it goes
amazing.
Like a dinosaur. There's this little 5-year-old girl this year that loves dinosaurs and loves cars. So we found a race car track with dinosaurs. We had a kid that's 15 that's getting into boxing and wanted boxing wraps. Like, it's because you never know what each kid wants, right? Like, I know with my kids, I have a 7 and 8-year-old. My 8-year-old is all about the princess, and my 7-year-old is all about the Batman and all that stuff. So you just never know what kids actually want. So we want to get them something that they'll use, and not just something that's like not from our drawer, So yeah, the things you can buy on the Amazon wish list get shipped right to us. We put the name on it, and it'll go right to the dad. And then if you give us money, the money goes directly. Like, I can tell you, Glenn, exactly where your donation, what kid, what toy we get. 100% of that money goes to all of the toys for the kids every year. We do not leave a season with any amount of money in that bank account. And we very often will use our own money to top up. So this year, Glenn, it's a hard year. You would think that during COVID, it would have been harder. But this year, with inflation and with, I don't know what it is, but we are behind this year. So I just want to say, if you can even donate $5, there are items on the Amazon wish list like construction paper or crayons that are $2. Like, and if there's a PayPal link on our website as well for international, and it all goes to the kids. And it doesn't matter if we're not asking that, don't give us thousands of dollars, although we'd love that. But we're not saying give us thousands of dollars. We're saying, like, there's options for a pack of crayons,
No, that's awesome. So here's what I did. So I used the PayPal yesterday. Today, while you were speaking, I went on to Amazon. I found a PlayStation 2K23 Tiger Woods because I love golf, right?
Yeah.
So I was able to buy that, add that to the Recovery Kidz list, and then I was able to go through and check it out. And I bought it in U.S. funds, which I guess gets transferred into Canadian funds. So it looks like I just bought it today, and it's on its way. So that gets shipped to you, right? Okay, that's awesome. So somebody's getting a Tiger Woods. So that's fantastic. Excellent. So
that's awesome.
Great, Linda. Thank you. Alexis, thank you. Is there anything you want to leave folks with? I'll make sure they know, put the Z in there, right, for Recovery Kidz. But, I challenge everybody that's listening. First of all, thank you for your time. Thanks for plugging in to Sober.Coffee and to Stay Sober Today, and to our Bokina Fellowship Network. Challenge is to donate. Go in, donate, as Alexis said, $5. Go buy a gift for somebody, right? It's so easy on Amazon. Second is, Linda and Alexis are such great examples of serving, of doing some 12-step work for those that do the 12 steps of AA. Serving others is a superpower. I have learned that myself. I've shared it many times on different episodes, and you hear the energy of Linda and of Alexis, just the return of helping somebody out. I'm telling you, it's a superpower, so try it out. Alexis, Linda, anything else that you want to leave people with before we go sign off?
For me, first of all, thank you for having us. I just want to say, if anybody is struggling through the holidays right now, reach out and talk to somebody. I have 10 years clean. Linda has 26 years clean. Service helps me get through like Christmas times that are really like hard for me to get through. It helps me. That's why I really do it, is because it helps me sort of power through a season without like feeling the feelings necessarily. But I think that like if you're struggling, no matter how much clean time you have, if you're trying to get into recovery, reach out. There is help, and you are not alone. You are never alone. The one thing I really want people to know is that you are not alone. And whatever feelings that you're going through right now, they are not stagnant. They're not going to be there forever. Summer is on its way in 6 months. We get through it. And the only reason why I have 10 years versus, 2 weeks or whatever it is because I chose not to use, I chose to pick up the phone. I chose to call somebody. Sometimes that just looks like going to bed a little bit earlier that day, but it looks like just, that the sun will come out, and you know what, when it's good, it'll probably go bad again. So just know that like life drives up and you get through anything.
Yeah, I was at my step group last night, and it's funny when I talk with Americans, I start talking American. I don't know why that is, but it comes out, so I apologize. But
that's awesome.
What happens in the step group is we still want to be there. We still want to feel good about the gratitude that we feel, and so by doing things like this, like I even give in my work. And if you can find me on Interventions on Demand on Instagram too. So make sure you find me too, Glenn, because I will bring anybody to your podcast. And I'd love to be a part of that anytime. And I do free consultation for families. So any families out there that
that's amazing,
are
Linda.
struggling and they just don't know what to do and how to access any type of supports in the system in America and in Canada, give me a call.
That's great, Linda. All right, ladies, thank you very much again. Recovery Kidz, Alexis, you rock. Great to meet you here in 2022. Linda, great to connect with you. Again, you can give to Recovery Kidz. You can make a small donation. You can make a big donation. Oh, it's really cool. I just bought some kid Tiger Woods PS2 2023 golf game. So
you're awesome.
It feels great. Awesome. All right, guys, take care.
Okay, take care.
All right.
Thanks for joining us for today's coffee chat. To contact the show, email us at podcast@sober.coffee. If you need immediate help, the AA hotline is 800-839-1686. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 800-273-8255. Remember, Mike and Glenn are sharing their own journey on the path to recovery. Any suggestions, medical or otherwise, are their own experiences and should not be viewed as professional advice. See you next week, and remember, there is a solution.